loves, it's Arhinna, your tarot life coach, bringing you your tarot scope for the week of June 19th through the 25th. Hey, I hope everybody is doing super fantabulous. It is currently 3 a.m., guys, but I wanted to hurry up and get these done, and I say hurry because before the baby wakes, before she awakens, and I get no time to have fun with my cards. All right, guys, so welcome back, fam. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and happy summer solstice for June 21st. That is what our read is all about. We are checking in and checking out, mid-year in review. What's going on? What's got to stay? What's got to go? What's going to be? That's what we are focusing on, and this read is for Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, okay, for the week of June 19th. Focusing on what? Summer solstice energy. So I want to make a big shout out to Tala Botanica, who sent me these beautiful cards that we are using in our read today. They are messages from our animal spirit guides by Stephen D. Farmer. So big shout outs to her. I will put her in our description box so that you can check out her page, like her, subscribe to her, all kinds of good stuff. All right, guys, so with that being said, let's jump into our read. So mentally, we have the Hunter of Gifts. So whenever we have a hunter in the mix, that means we are avidly looking for something. We are about to take them down in the blaze of glory, right? Now, the fact that we are hunting for gifts, this is telling us that we have everything that we need to be successful already inside of us. It's not that we have to go outside of ourselves to go find what we need to move forward. However, there is a deer on the card. When there are deers in our presence, this is about unconditional love, super kind to ourselves, nurturing ourselves, and taking care of our gifts. I kind of feel almost like this is a protective read, okay? And I'll explain to you that in a minute. So we have these wonderful gifts, and then the way we're going to work with these gifts is medicine bag. And that is put your bags of tricks in the bag, baby, and don't show everybody, all right? Medicine bag is about keeping things protected. It's about knowing that you got the solution, but waiting to apply it, all right? Now, that moves us. Did I set the alarm? Not the alarm. Jeez. My timer. There we go. Now, the spiritual part of this, what our soul is calling out for, is pueo. And I think I'm saying it all wrong. However, guys, bear with me. Let me see this the way that you say it, okay? Pueo, okay? And it's the Hawaiian owl, and it's referred to as grandmother's spirit guide. It is the protector of Hawaii, okay? Now, this is mysterious wisdom. They are the bringer of good luck. Messages will come in dreams and visions, voice, and signs. Okay, now I read a little bit about what he had in the book, and it just found it really interesting. Now, what it says on the card, just in case you can't read it, it says, your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now. So pay close attention to the signs and omens from them. Now, there was something that he wrote in here that I thought was really interesting. He says, sometimes your ancestral spirit guides appear in dreams, particularly vivid ones. You might see someone who looks like one of your ancestors, or unexpectedly come across photos or memorabilia that remind you of this person. Often a particular animal making an appearance before you is a way in which the ancestral guide is trying to reach you. When this came up, it made me think of my daughter's spirit guide read. So we did a huge spread. It took forever on her spirit guide. And it turned out the one that she said, I think the ladybug is trying to bring me a message. It turned out to be my grandmother for her. And it was a very interesting moment and very heartfelt and beautiful. So yes, these are messages, and we have to be open to it. But Pueo is protecting us. It's bringing us information, guys. It's trying to show us that we need to protect our gifts, our abilities, and everything that's going on, whether this is in the workplace, whether this is in love, whatever you want to apply this situation to. Pueo is bringing you good luck, but you have got to protect your stuff, all right? Keep it 100 copacetic. All right, now the owl has a lot of meanings to it, and I'm going to tie the owl into at the end when we talk about our sun card. All right, now let's go ahead and bless our deck together. Saint Cicero blesses deck for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for the week of June 19th. Show us the energies that you have for us. And as I split the deck, I have pre-shuffled. Y'all already know how I do it. We are dealing with, that is us being unruly or with another fire sign. And someone is just fanning our flames. So I'm going to tell you it's time to be very protective of who we share our energy with. All right? Give us a couple of shuffles. If you have not ordered a read this month, you might want to do so because we are giving away free reads. I'm making sure about some stuff. Giving away some free reads for our 1-year anniversary. And of course, there are some really cool reads. I'll be doing a spirit guide read, a dualities read, which focuses on your sun and your moon sign. And if you don't know it, don't worry, we'll figure it out. And then we're also doing a year in review read, okay? Okay, well, let's see if we're ready. All right, we sure are. And guys, anytime you want to know what cards I use, you can look in the description. I happily put those up. All right, so our sun card, which is representing our illumination for this mid-year, is Acropolis. And you see there's more owls, guys. I'm telling you, the owl has got a message for us, okay? Now, first position is the Hierophant. Second position is the Devil reverse. Some of us are dealing with earth signs. Good Lord, fire sign coming through, that's us. And 3 of Wands is the possibility. Okie dokie smoky. Wow, 3 major arcana cards. That is intense, guys. And our overall energy is going to be the 7 of Wands. That is all us, baby. Spitting hot fire, getting through it. I'm telling you, this is going to be a huge checkpoint for us. I don't know if you guys are into astrology, but I was listening to the Leo astrology report for July, and holy moly, free holies, it was intense. You should check it out. Kelly Rosano, intense. A lot of stuff going on for Leo in July. So fire signs, I feel like we've been getting hit really hard this year. I forgot what month it was. It was like every planet was in Aries, and now they're about to be all in Leo. So it's just like being able to harness all this energy that's coming in. You gotta get into astrology, guys. It will help clarify things for you. Now, let's get into our read. So in our first position, what we need to see is the Hierophant. So I'm going to say some of us are having a spiritual awakening. We're kind of seeing our gifts and our abilities coming through. Some of us are kind of seeing, oh, wow, you know, I really want marriage in my life, or I really want a long committed relationship in my life, possibly with an earth sign, okay? And we have a fire sign, or that's us trying to jump in the mix. This is like a threesome, and not the fun kind. That's okay. So I'm getting all over the place. This is what happens at 3 a.m. So this Hierophant is right here, and this is what we need to see. It's kind of our spirituality. What are our morals? Where are we grounded? And if you see, it's almost like we got the Pope and we got the devil right next to each other. Like, what is up with that? I'm going to tell you, that's part of our dualities. It's almost like we want to live a certain way, and yet we have a tendency to go another way. And it's like that contrast, like in the cartoons where you have the devil and the angel on one side. However, I'm going to tell you, when we start looking at things like good and evil and those kinds of things, and we start labeling things, we kind of limit ourselves from having experiences that are enriching to our lives and into our souls. Okay, I'm not telling you to go and join some kind of a sect or anything, but I'm saying find where you are at and be grounded in where you're at, because that's where you belong. It doesn't have to be what was force-fed into you as a child. Now, what you are foreseeing, or what you are wanting to happen a lot quicker, is the devil reverse. It's almost like you are ready for this commitment so fast that you're just like, come on, let's do it. And you're tied to it, and you just don't want to deal with it. And some of us are ready to stop carrying the burdens of others. And this is attributed to the sign of Capricorn. So we have Taurus, Capricorn, and Aries. Those might be signs that you are dealing with, which is becoming a little bit of a nightmare. Somebody has to be released, alrighty? Now, with that being said, this Capricorn energy, or this devil energy, is an illusion, and we're starting to see through it, but we want to get through it really quickly instead of taking our time and getting more clarity. Now, What areas are fertile in our life? Well, it's our go get 'em attitude. It's our, hey, we're about to get it done. This is let me jump in it, jump on it, and just do it. Okay, this is our emperor attitude. We are conquerors. We are gonna get it, and it's ours. And that's how we're going forth into the situation. And that's why it's so fertile. It's because we're going with Action Jackson. We're ready to make it happen. All right. Now, what is waning and what we need to release is the fear. This nightmare fear, this 3 of Wands. So for me, this is if you're in a 3-party relationship or you're like the extra wheel or whatever, one of those people need to go or you need to go because it's going to turn into a nightmare. And for others, it's kind of just time to kind of settle down and decide what it is you want. You have to decide because this is when Gilgamesh is like looking at his city and he's like, damn, I had it all. I had everything I wanted. I always hear in this song, it was all a dream. Every time I see this card. Anyways, it's almost like fantasy. Get out of the fantasy. Leave the fantasy behind. Leave the nightmare behind because you are not able to conquer what you want until you face the demons inside, okay? That's one way of looking at it. Sorry, my camera's all jacked up. Apologize. Fire signs. Now we have to have the courage to go. There is a situation, guys, that we are afraid to move forward. Now remember, it's protective, 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 but the owl is the announcer of death. There are some things in our life that we've got to let go, and we're unwilling to let go of them. However, if we don't let go of them and we don't forge forward, we will live in a nightmare. Okay? Now I want to clarify what the devil has for us. What does the devil want us to see? What are we trying to rush? Where do we need to be more patient? All right. With our hopes, our dreams, and our wishes. Okay, so some of us, we're like dying to get married. Some of us are dying to have this committed relationship. Some of us are dying to have this position. Whatever it is, we want it and we want it now because that's what fire signs are about, baby. We want it and we want it now. However, it's almost like be careful because you might be wishing on a fantasy. Okay, make sure that it's a reality and watch how you're making this wish. Watch what the thoughts you're thinking because you're manifesting that energy. Okay, now I want to clarify the Emperor real quick. What is fertile? Wow. Earth signs had the same card in that position. What is fertile is love right now. I think it was in that position, yes. It is time for us to figure out who, what, where, why, whatever it is that we really want and pour our love into it and go forth like the Emperor. It's almost like we need to learn to walk away from the things that are no longer working for us and walk towards the things that are working for us. Okay, because that 7 of Wands is like having the courage of a freaking lion. This is when Ishtar descends into the darkness to go and face the fears. And this is us going into our subconscious and facing those things that we are deathly afraid of. Okay, I do strongly feel the energy of Earth sign in here just because of the Taurus and the Capricorn energy that's coming through. Now, this the waning, the thing that we need to leave, this mentality of like I'm gonna fail, it's never gonna happen, I'm miserable, I'm the third wheel. That's gotta go. It just has to go, and there's no room for it. There's no room for it when we have such a beautiful read. Some of y'all this week may be becoming very committed to somebody or expressing yourself very freely about how you feel. I want to make sure that we have a good, clean idea on how to... I'm just moving this camera all kinds of ways, y'all. How to deal with this 3 of Wands energy. There it is. Song of the Wild, and that is try something new. somewhere over the rainbow, baby. You got to get out of the situation that you're in. You got to try something new. You got to be brave enough to venture into the jungle and get what you want, okay? Because that's what's coming forth for you is big changes, all right? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Just want to make sure. Okay. No significant numbers. I do want to focus on what is our sun. So all of this is centered around Acropolis, all right? And I'm going to tell you Acropolis has a message for us. In the past, and well, the main focus of this is inspiration. That Nine of Cups, it's almost like we're being duped to believe that our dream will never come true. No, you gotta fight for your right to party, baby. You gotta get your 2 damn cups. You gotta go forth like the emperor, and you gotta make it happen. Because if you don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it. And the Hunter of Gifts said you got everything you need. The medicine bag said I tie that shit up tight and let's go. And Pu'eo is saying I'm gonna protect you. So I don't know what you're afraid of, fire sign. It's just time to go and conquer whatever it is you're ready to go do. Now, in the lower part, this is saying, perhaps in the past, you should have seen through your prejudices and allowed yourself to be counseled to overcome the obstacles and conflicts you faced. Because it's talking about how you feel when you look at Pan. Pan is the bearded, goat-legged god of nature. And he's there talking to Athenians, as well as the men on the hills. And he was known as the Good Shepherd. Pan became feared as the personification of the devil. So we got like the double devil going on right here. So I almost feel like it's time for us to conquer our fears, whatever it is. And for some, you're going to have to conquer it with a Capricorn, okay? Because the devil is representative of Capricorn. However, what is your fear, fire sign? What are you afraid of? Because the owl is here to announce that is dead and it's time to get what you want, okay? Now, you must learn that energy must be both given and received. If you are all give and no take, then you will not gain all that the universe is ready to bestow upon you. If you fail to revisit the advice that was offered to you before, you may well continue to struggle to find the happiness and resolution you seek, and your soul will carry on a feeling of sense of loss or injustice. That's that victim mentality. Gotta go. All right? Now, in the present, it says, explore your own creativity. Listening to music as you work can help to overcome blocks, or try enrolling in an art class to build confidence in your talent. Let your imagination be your guide and allow your creative juices to flow. You will find the doorway to the divine inspiration will burst inside of you. So it's almost like we might have put our creative things to the side and we're afraid that now if we try to go back to it, it's not going to be as successful. Song of the Wild is saying step into your dream and don't look back, okay? Now, the potential, and we have the daughter of Zeus, the Greek goddess Athena, or Pallas Athene, and she is also known, stand strong, okay? Perfect balance of female and masculine energy. Brave, fierce, kind. She offers you her strength and inspiration to persevere with any life challenges that you will be called upon to make. The owl, I'm telling you, the owl has a message for us. The owl is her guide, leading her through the darkness and revealing her enemies. That is what we're afraid of. We're almost afraid to step into our destiny. We're almost afraid to take that step. We're mid-checkpoint, guys. This is like, hey, checking in and checking out. We're going to find out what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, and we're going to reevaluate and move forward. But we're so afraid. But this is what the owl is offering you. The owl is saying, I'm going to help you see microscopic, the littlest thing, to telescopic, baby. I'm going to help you see your vision. You are not just going to see the little things in front of you. You're going to see everything. You can turn your head 360 degrees as an owl. You can see in the front, the back, to the side, baby. Everything is going to be seen. Everything is going to be illuminated. And that is what the owl is here to bring you. The owl is not here to scare you. A lot of people think that it's a bad omen. No, the owl is here to open your eyes. And that's exactly what's happening, okay? Now, Athena's weapon is strategy rather than bloodshed. She encourages you to use your natural intelligence, but also to seek knowledge and inspiration, okay? If you're facing a challenging situation, she asks you to trust your inner wisdom, and the wisdom is representative of the owl. Call on her with the words, okay? Call on her. Call on your guides. Your guide right now is the owl. It's protecting you, it's guiding you, and leading you. The owl has showed up to say that the old ways of whatever you were doing, they're going to die. That's it. It's over. I'm going to start talking in Spanish. It's over. It's finished. You're going to move on, okay? That's what it's saying. But you're going to be protected during this transition. So that's why you have to get spiritually grounded. That's why you have to see through the illusion and make sure you're not wishing on falsity and being tricked or duped into believing that you should be afraid. You're going to conquer it with love, and you're going to move on into what you want. It's not going to be a bad thing if you move with love, all right? So that is the read that I have for you this week, fire signs. I hope that it makes sense, but I have a special gift for you. So since we are in midpoint check, you guys let me know if y'all like this idea. I decided to pull a crystal for each sign. So starting off with the beautiful Aries, you got Moonstone. And this is for emotional healing, ancient power, and female energy. All right, so this is for the female archetypes. And it's symbolic of the circular nature of life and evolution of itself, okay? It is associated with the sign Cancer and is deeply nurturing and a spiritual stone. It opens the mind to psychic knowledge and allows us to see through the emotions to the spiritual. It's used for calming emotions and soothing traumas associated with trying to hold on to material possessions, okay? It helps you with emotional traumas. Now, drawing this card indicates that it's time to recognize the female powers in your life. Are you honoring them within yourself and within others? Okay, the goddess Athena, then we have Pan. We have so much going on in this read. I mean, it's so symbolic. It's insane. It's insane. It's a very... I wish I could talk more, but I'm trying to keep it under 20 minutes. However, all I got to say is see past illusion, all right? Be grounded. Now, my beautiful Leos, how you guys doing? You got Iron Pyrite, otherwise known as Fool's Gold, all right? And this is for reflective, creative, and innovative, and very successful. Now, Fool's Gold asks you to look beyond the surface and find the true value. Finding Fool's Gold often meant that real gold was nearby, okay? Bringing abundance and success to those willing to follow their dreams. That's the thing, Leo. You're afraid. You're scared. You're afraid that you're going to fail, but you can only fail if you don't try, okay? These reflective qualities are seen as protective, warding off negative energies. It builds self-confidence and self-esteem and is very helpful in uncovering the core of an issue. Sorry. Or a situation. I've made a lot of videos today, guys. My voice is all gone. Its uplifting and positive energies are fast-moving and help overcome doubt, depression, despair, okay? It helps you on your journey to success, and that's where you're going with the Emperor and love, okay? It also helps with sleep disorders and digestive issues, which is all that I got. Drawing this card indicates it's time to open your mind and realize your inner creativity. It asks you to stop procrastinating and bringing forward your dreams to life. Damn, they got me with the procrastination. Alright, Saggy, you got Amber, and this is for grounding, healing, cleansing, and balancing. This is an ancient fossilized tree resin that has long been used in amulets and talisman, okay? It has a stimulating effect on both the mind and the body and encourages a sunny, positive outlook that reflects its color. Its main purpose is to open the self to higher vibrations to allow the creative energy to be drawn upwards and manifested. Guys, I've heard creative like a few times, so I'm going to tell you fire signs. I think that like a lot of us are going down a different path than what we initially started, where we're having to use more of our creative juices than our logical juices, okay? Now, at the same time, it reminds us that patience and wisdom are also necessary to the process of growth and evolution. Drawing this card indicates a need for balance and healing in your life. Look to the past to shine a light onto the future. Alrighty then, that is what I got for you, fire signs. I hope that it was insightful. Like I said, if you have not ordered a read, you can hit me up at arianaluciano@gmail.com or on the gram at Ariana Luciano. Alright guys, be blessed.